This is a really big statement, but this was maybe my favorite event that I did in 2025. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is my second video, 2026. So far, I'm keeping up with my challenge to do a video every week. And today we're going to talk about the best car events you absolutely need to know about. We're right at the start of a new year, so it's the perfect opportunity to plan your calendar of car events if you haven't already. And there are so many car events out there. It's impossible to attend them all and follow them all. So I want to give you a little overview of 10 of the best ones to add to your calendar. And if you like this video, we can also do a part 2 because I still have so many events that we could talk about. I also created the ultimate car event calendar for this year, pretty much all of the events happening in 2026. At the moment, it's got over 250 events, and I'm continuously adding to it, updating it. So if you want that, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. But anyways, let's get into this video, which is about the top 10 car events happening in 2026 that you need to know about. Number 1 is Paris Retromobile. If we talk about these in chronological order, this would be the first one coming up. It's starting January 28th until February 1st. This is more of an exhibition type of event, which I know some people find less exciting because it's not necessarily about action and racing, but honestly, I have been looking forward to this event since it happened last year. First of all, it's one of those events where everybody is there. All of the big names, the brands, the people in the industry, just everyone who likes cars is there in the same place for this 1 week. And it's such a great way to meet people and connect and see cars that you would never see anywhere else. Like, I love the atmosphere, the environment. It's so much fun. And a little secret tip if you are here long enough is to try and spot the cars when they're arriving or leaving while they're setting up or breaking down the event. It's a cool little unique opportunity to spot the cars a little bit more in the wild rather than just on the stand. They're kind of on the streets or being pushed in. It's quite fun to see. Now, the actual event takes place over 5 days because you need about 5 days to see everything. It's so big. It takes place at the Paris Expo Porte de Versailles. It's huge. There are several halls, each of them completely filled with the most beautiful, rare, classic cars. And then there's also the auctions, which are a very big part of the show. This year it's going to be held by Gooding Christie's. This year is also celebrating the 50th anniversary of Paris Retromobile, which is crazy. And that means there will surely be some very special exhibitions. They've already announced a special pop-up for BMW art cars and a new ultimate supercar garage. I'm excited to see that. That's brand new for this year. And one last thing before we move on to event number 2. This has always been a Paris event, but for the first time ever, they are going to be hosting a Retromobile New York. That's crazy. I would love to go to that if I can. It's going to be November 19th to the 22nd this year. If you have the chance, I would 100% go. Anyways, let's move on to event number 2. The Tour Auto. This is one of, if not the most iconic historical rally in France. This year, the rally is going to be happening from May 3rd to the 9th. This is a rally that goes across France. It always starts in Paris, but the actual final destination and route changes a little each year. This year, it's going to be from Paris to Biarritz, going through Clermont-Ferrand, Toulouse, Paille, and almost each stop has a little circuit day, track day, which is super fun and crazy to witness because these are classic cars and like the most iconic classic cars. Only certain cars are eligible to participate in this rally. The rules are the model had to have taken part in the original Tour de France Automobile between 1951 and 1984. And if you want an idea of what kind of cars you would see, Ferrari 250 GTs, Ford GT40s, so many E-types, Porsches. There's 2 ways to actually participate in this rally. There's the racing category and the regularity category. Both are fun. And beyond that, there's also still a few ways to kind of feel involved. You can kind of follow along the route, do some car spotting. Some of the circuits you can go and watch the cars racing. That's really fun. If you live in one of the towns, you will for sure hear them and see them driving through. It's so much fun. You see the whole community step outside, get involved. You see so many people along the way planted in a little corner of the road waiting all day for the cars to pass. It's so nice. It's what makes me realize how special this community is. People love seeing the cars. It's so special. Ugh, I'm getting chills. I love this event. I love a rally and I love this one in particular. Moving on. Number 3, this is the most iconic race in the world. I think you probably know what I'm talking about. It's the 24 Hours of Le Mans. I can't help but smile when I think about it. I love endurance racing, the WEC Championship, but this one in particular is obviously special. Obviously. This is one of those races that drivers dream of winning, the teams dream of winning. This is a very special event in the calendar for everyone. This year's 24 Hours of Le Mans is going to be June 13th to the 14th, right in the middle of summer. It's so exciting. Like I said, this is part of the WEC Championship. It's the 4th race out of 8. And it's such an iconic one that some people don't even realize it's part of a championship. Actually, a lot of people don't realize it's part of a championship. So if you didn't know, I'm here to tell you, you can and you should watch and follow the 24 Hours of Le Mans, but you should also continue following the season, the rest of the championship. They also race in Sao Paulo, in Spa, in Bahrain, in the US, like they go everywhere. Number 4, this is a really big statement, but this was maybe my favorite event that I did in 2025. It's hard to pick a favorite. Every event is so different and special and unique in their own way. Depends what kind of experience you're looking for, but this one really left an impression on me. It's the Aurora in Sweden. First of all, it's held in the most stunning setting. It's this botanical garden in the south of Sweden in the summer. It was beautiful. And second of all, it had the most insane mix of cars I've ever seen at one event. Everything from true classics to the mega cars that are Koenigsegg's, to resto mods, to yachts, literally a little bit of everything. And honestly, I love a car event that has a little bit of everything. That's what makes it so unique. And it's an event that goes beyond the cars. It's a full lifestyle experience. You can go with your family, you can go with friends, you can go with people who don't like cars that much. They'll still have a great time there because it's so much fun. I already can't wait for this year's edition. It's going to be June 26th to the 28th. Last year, I got to ride in a 550 Barchetta, a Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, and a Carrera GT all in the same day. That's going to be an experience that's really hard to top, but I think we can do it. Number 5, let's go back to Le Mans for a second. The 24 Hours of Le Mans that we just talked about is the modern day iconic race, part of the WEC Championship, but it's so iconic that they've made a whole separate event to celebrate its history. This is Le Mans Classic. This is a whole weekend just for the cars from the 40s, 50s, 60s to race again and give us a feel for what it would have been like in that era. And it's amazing. This year the dates are July 2nd to the 5th, but I have to preface a little bit that this year is going to look a little different than all of the previous editions. This used to be an event that happened every 2 years, but it became so popular that they've decided to make it an annual event, but they are changing it a little bit because they're also going to be including a few more modern cars. So now there's 2 alternating formats. 2025 we saw the original format for cars from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Now what we're gonna see is in 2026 is going to be called Le Mans Classic Legend, and this is going to be dedicated to cars from 1975 to 2015. And then the year after that, 2027, we'll see the Le Mans Classic Heritage format again for cars from 1923 to 1975. And they'll do that every other year. It'll be the really classic cars and then the slightly more modern cars. It's the first year they're doing it that way, so honestly, I'm excited to see what it's like. Number 6. Honestly, this is kind of a 2-in-1 because I couldn't pick just one. We're talking about Goodwood. There's the Festival of Speed and there's Revival. Both are equally amazing. I honestly couldn't pick just one to talk about. They're incredibly different, but equally amazing. Festival of Speed, it's in the summer. This year it's going to be July 9th to the 12th. That is for really sports cars, motorsports, really cool. Then Revival, which is a little bit later. This year it's September 18th to the 20th. That is the classic car event to attend of all the classic car events, I think. Let's start talking about Festival of Speed first because it's the first one up on the calendar. Honestly, this was the first big car event that I ever went to, so it holds a little special place for me, and I love this event. And let's really get into it for a second because there is a lot to do and see there. As the name suggests, it really is a festival, and it could feel a little overwhelming when you first arrive, especially if you're only there for a day. There's way too much to see. So first of all, let's look at the map so you see where it is. The closest town is called Chichester. A lot of people will stay there or in some of the other towns nearby. Staying in London is a little bit of a trek, but doable. The main thing I have to say is that Goodwood is such a staple event on car lovers' calendars that things get booked so far in advance, like a year in advance. If you know you're going to Goodwood every year, you book ahead, like your hotels or wherever you're staying. So my biggest tip, if you are planning to go, is to plan as far ahead as possible. Book your accommodation, figure out your transport, figure out the logistics, because that is the hardest part from my experience. Finding a last minute accommodation nearby is almost impossible. The times I've been, I have managed to find an Airbnb in Chichester, and then in the town there's a shuttle that takes you directly to the circuit, which is very convenient. I once also stayed in London and just did the train back and forth. It definitely takes longer, but it's very manageable if you have to. If you're going with your own car or you're renting a car, that can make things easier, but you also have to think about traffic. So many people attend these events that traffic is traffic. Yeah, just be aware, think about it. Now, Revival. Logistically, it's the same. It's held in the same place, but it's a completely different atmosphere. This is all about the classics, the classic cars, the classic era, the classic fashion. It honestly is the closest you'll ever feel to time travel because every little detail is taken into consideration. You arrive and everything surrounding you feels like you stepped back in time. It's amazing. They've taken every little detail. And it's another one of those events that you can easily go with your family, your friends, people who are less into cars, because it's just a whole experience, a whole vibe. And part of the Revival experience is dressing up. Of course, it's not required, but it's very, very highly recommended. And you'll feel a little like the odd one out if you're not dressed up. And it's part of the fun. You get to have fun with your outfits. You can try dressing up for different eras. You can just have fun with it. I love it. Now, event number 7. This is one of those that is on everyone's bucket list, including mine, because I have not been yet. I would love to go. It's the Concorso d'Eleganza Villa d'Este. You've probably heard about it. It's that iconic. You know, classic cars, Lake Como, Italy. It's just, what more could you want? It's one of those events that everyone looks forward to every year. The cars that win awards at this event, everyone will know about it. It'll be everywhere. You'll see the pictures, the videos, everyone's talking about it. It's the place to be. Hopefully I'll be there. Maybe this year. This year it's going to be May 15th to the 17th. If you're there, I'd love to see you there because that means I'm there too. Number 8, it's also a new one for me, but I think I will be there this year. This is the Mondial de l'Auto. This is another Paris event and another one that is typically held every 2 years. So last year, there wasn't one. The 2024 event apparently had record-breaking attendance. So yeah, I don't want to miss the next one, which is this year, October 12th to the 18th. This is another exhibition salon type of event, but it's really the place to be for all of the car industry news, updates, reveals. Like everything happening in the industry is going to be talked about there. So you don't want to miss that, right? I don't. Who knows what they'll be sharing, announcing, revealing. I'm planning to be there. So see you there. We're almost at the end. Number 9. This one also happens typically every 2 years. So once again, 2025, that didn't happen. And we're back in 2026, September 13th. It's Chantilly Art et Élégance. This is a concours d'élégance, also in France, just outside of Paris, in Chantilly, at the Chantilly Chateau. This is like the definition of classic car elegance. It's a day out at a chateau surrounded by the most stunning, rare, classic cars. If you're lucky with the weather, it's literally the most perfect day out. And again, it's another one of those events where people really dress up and get into the atmosphere, looking all elegant and classy. I loved it. It was such a fun experience the last time I went. I highly recommend it. And finally, number 10. This is the newest event on everyone's calendar because it hasn't ever happened yet. It's the Anantara Concorso Roma. This is a brand new event. The first edition ever will be this year, April 16th to the 19th. This is a concours d'élégance, I think, all about celebrating the best and rarest Italian cars, which makes sense because it's being held in Italy, in the heart of Italy, in Rome. It's also hosted at the most stunning hotel ever. If you can, go check it out. I think it'll be amazing. What's not to love about Italy, classic cars, classic Italian cars? So I think that's a great way to finish off this list. Like I said in the beginning, I have so many car events that I could talk about forever. I have a really long list with over 200, almost 300 events all in one place. If you want to look at that, it's like a full-on calendar. Or we can just do a part 2 video and go through another few top events that you need to know about. So there you have 10 car events that you should know about. Maybe you already knew some of them, maybe you learned something new. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you did. Hopefully you got a little bit more info and dates for the 2026 calendar. And if you want a more deep dive on any of these, like really how to participate, how to get involved, leave a comment. We can talk about it. And if there's any other events that I haven't mentioned that you think I should know about, also let me know because I want to keep learning and discovering new things. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next week.